For this trade setup here, we are looking at crude oil. So basically, crude was just trading in between this parallel trend line here. You can see it was just bouncing off this lower trend line here, um, finding some support against VWAP later in the day, and then initially broke below VWAP, indicated by the dotted light blue line there. So when it broke below, it came into this trend line support here, indicated by the green line here. And then when it finally broke here, you can see we had a massive sell-off here. So part of the indication that we knew to go short here was we were getting some triggers on the TTM squeeze, these red dots here on the 15-minute. And you can see it slowly started to peak past that as we were breaking that trend line there. Also on the RSI here, you can see that we also had a trend line forming here, and we got a final bounce off as it was breaking down through VWAP, and then when it broke down through the RSI trend line, it simultaneously was near breaking through this parallel trend line on the chart here. So how we were playing this is just basically we were using the ETF DWT just to gain some leverage in terms of the price movement. So once we got the combination of the parallel trend line break, the TTM squeeze turning over and down after we got the red dots for the squeeze, and then our RSI trend line break, we can see here that we got a nice move up in DWT. So DWT had a squeeze forming here, so it piqued our interest here. And as we broke above this trend line here, and as we broke above this RSI trend line there, we were just ready for a long trade, and just measuring out what kind of gain that was, just to where it's currently trading. So about 8.3%. So I mean, that's why we're using DWT, just to get that extra leverage. And you can see in terms of percentage gain, it really turned over there. Just part of the movement in crude was Trump coming out and announcing that Iran was coming back to the negotiation tables, and that they weren't seeking regime change at this time. So ideally, if more Iranian oil was going to be put on the crude market, that would cause oil to sell off, and that's what we were seeing on the charts. And the news event just confirmed what we were already predicting on the charts here. So as you can see, it was a decent movement all around, and that was our trade setup in DWT. Thanks for watching.